It was exceptionally early. The Grand Emporium, a massive downtown retail space, lay silent. The polished marble floors shone under the cold, white ceiling lights. A solitary figure, Miss Vivian, stood behind the premium watch and clock counter. She wore a sharp charcoal grey suit and was meticulously documenting the inventory on a handheld digital tablet. The hush was broken by a soft scrape near the entrance. Miss Vivian looked up. A person stood there, huddled in a dark blue oversized jacket. Their light brown hair was slightly damp, framing a hesitant face. Miss Vivian's voice, though professional, was warm. "The store opens in an hour, but I can certainly assist you." "My name is Vivian." The person spoke with a quiet, husky tone. "Alex, I need to find something. It's difficult to describe." Vivian stepped from behind the counter, her low-heeled black pumps making soft clicks on the tile. "I'm sure we have it. Let's try to put words to it." Alex shifted, hands tucked firmly into the deep pockets of the jacket. "I need clothes. For a woman." For myself, Vivian's face remained composed. "Understood. And what sizes are we considering?" "I don't know. I've never—" Alex's voice trailed off, eyes fixed on a nearby display of silk scarves. "First time shopping for this?" A slow nod. "Then follow me." Vivian led the way to the back, past the luxury evening gowns. "We have a specialist consultation area. It offers complete privacy." They stopped at a plain, unmarked door near the main changing rooms. Vivian used a security card to grant access. "This area isn't on the public floor plan. It was installed for high-profile clients who require discretion." The room was vast, a fitting chamber unlike any other. Floor-to-ceiling three-way mirrors lined one wall, while the others featured recessed, glowing wardrobes. A substantial velvet chaise lounge occupied the centre. "This is—" Alex stepped inside, breathing in the scent of expensive fabric and leather. "Unique, yes. Now let's determine fit." Vivian opened a wardrobe, revealing rows of designer clothes. "Based on your structure, you likely fall near a size 10 in dresses, perhaps a 12 in trousers. We'll start with basics. This forest green wrap dress is very adaptable, and these charcoal trousers offer good stretch." "I don't know how to put them on," Alex admitted quietly. Vivian laid the items on the chaise. "The dress drapes over your head. It's an easy wrap." The trousers are simply tight pants, one leg at a time. Nothing too complicated. Alex picked up the dress, holding it against their body. "I'll give you a few minutes," Vivian said, heading for the door. "Unless you prefer me to stay for guidance." "Could you stay?" "I might need the guidance," Alex gestured vaguely at the clothes. "Of course." Vivian sat in a small, elegant chair. "Take all the time you need." Alex slowly removed the jacket, then the shirt underneath. After a brief hesitation, Alex slipped the green dress over their head. The fabric settled, reaching just above the knee. "The trousers underneath," Vivian coached gently. Alex sat down, and Vivian helped guide the feet into the charcoal trousers, pulling them up over the hips. "How does that feel?" "It feels new." "Not bad, just profoundly new." New is often a good thing. Shoes, a 9 in men's. That translates to a women's 10 or 11. Vivian opened a shoe wardrobe, selecting a pair of simple black loafers. Alex slipped them on, standing up straight. In the three-way mirrors, the reflection was different, still recognisable, but softer, the shape of the garment already altering the silhouette. "Your stance has shifted," Vivian observed. "You're holding yourself with more confidence." "I don't know the word for it. Would you be open to trying some light cosmetic work?" Alex's hand went to their face. "I wouldn't know where to begin." "Then you're lucky you have a manager who started in the beauty department." Vivian pulled a vanity mirror closer and opened a drawer filled with makeup. "Sit down here." With practiced quick motions, Vivian worked, applying a light base, subtle contour, and a touch of lip colour. There, Vivian said, stepping back. What do you think? Alex opened their eyes. The face in the mirror was still theirs, but the features were refined, lending a distinct air of femininity to the overall impression. I look like me, Alex whispered. Like the person you've always been trying to find, Vivian affirmed. Is that true? Alex's voice cracked with emotion. It's your truth, and that's all that matters. The butterfly of clarity. For the next hour, Vivian pulled out various outfits, tailored blouses, skirts, a business suit, and several casual pieces. Alex tried each one, the initial awkwardness replaced by a growing ease and self-possession. While trying on a bright sapphire blue silk blouse, Alex reached for an elegant antique silver pocket chronometer that sat on the vanity. Alex hadn't noticed it before. What is this? Alex picked it up. It was a finely crafted time-telling device on a delicate silver chain with a small, stylized hourglass charm attached. Oh, that, Vivian said, glancing over from the shoe section. I picked it up yesterday from an estate sale. The owner said it was a family heirloom, meant for uniting souls. It's stunning. Alex held the chronometer in the light. You know, I bought it for my own collection, but take it. I want you to have it. Vivian pressed the watch into Alex's palm, the act completely instinctive. The moment Alex's fingers closed around the cool metal, a surge of intense warmth shot up their arm. It intensified, flowing through Alex's entire body like a river of concentrated light. Are you all right? Vivian started toward them. I don't know. I feel... Alex's voice came out higher, clearer. In the mirror, the reflection began to visibly distort and reorganize. The jawline softened, cheekbones rose, and shoulders narrowed as hips flared. The blouse, which had been slightly loose, suddenly fit perfectly. Alex's light brown hair thickened and lengthened, cascading past the shoulders. Every masculine angle melted away into perfect feminine curves. Vivian stood transfixed, watching the impossible unfold. Alex's Adam's apple vanished, and their height decreased by a few inches. When the warmth finally receded, a woman stood there, staring in utter shock. This is not real. Her voice was a soft, melodious alto. Vivian approached slowly. Alex? I believe it is. The woman touched her face, her chest, her newly flowing hair. Everything's different. Everything's right. The chronometer, Vivian said, pointing. The seller, she mentioned it granted the deepest heart's desire. You believe in this magic? I'm looking at the result of it. Vivian sank into the nearby chair. What do we do now? The woman looked down at her transformed self. I need a new name. What name feels right? Alina. The name came unbidden. I've always loved that name. Alina, Vivian repeated, testing it. It suits you beautifully. A new life's chapter. Alina turned back to the mirror. The sapphire blouse and trousers fit flawlessly. I can't return to my life like this, Alina said, her voice filled with panic. My identity, my papers, my apartment key, everything is wrong. We will figure it out, Vivian said, shifting into a professional problem-solving mode. First, are you in any physical distress? None. I feel incredible, actually. Like a heavy weight has lifted. Then we address the practicalities. New documentation must match your appearance. Driver's license, legal name change, the works. You tell everyone that you are transgender and transitioning. That's the truth, actually, Alina realised, but the chronometer just skipped the years of medical process. Exactly. Now, about a wardrobe. You cannot leave with just one outfit. I can't afford a full wardrobe. I worked at the city library part-time. Vivian looked at her watch. The store opens soon. How would you feel about a job here? I'm the department manager. We are hiring a floor associate, and you now have a natural, essential understanding of women's apparel, plus a 40% employee discount. You would do that for me? A stranger? I know you were brave enough to walk in here seeking truth. I know that Chronometer only works for pure hearts, and I know that this is who you are meant to be. Vivian pulled out her phone. Let me call my assistant manager. We have a lot of shopping to do. As Vivian made the call, Alina looked at the silver chronometer, noting that the chain was now fused securely to her wrist. It would not come off. They spent the next 2 hours selecting a full starter wardrobe. Vivian covered the initial costs, which were to be deducted from Alina's first paychecks. As they packed the clothes, Alina noticed Vivian repeatedly rubbing her own wrist, an expression of confusion on her face. Are you okay? Alina asked. Yes, but this is strange. I feel like I've lost a piece of time. I remember buying the chronometer, but the details are hazy, and I keep having flashes of déjà vu, specifically about you. Alina felt a chill. The woman at the estate sale. Did she say anything else about it? Vivian's eyes went distant. She said, it was a charm meant to help me find my true love. I thought it was just a selling tactic, but you instinctively gave it to me. When you picked it up, it felt intensely right to let you have it. Vivian shook her head. What if the magic is affecting me too? Maybe we should research this. After we get my ID sorted, we need a plan for tonight. I have a spare room, Vivian offered immediately, until you figure things out. You're not a stranger. You are my newest employee, and something tells me that Chronometer wouldn't have activated if you were dangerous. Alina laughed, a sound that was still new and surprising. Magic jewellery as a background check. I accept they loaded the bags into Vivian's black sedan. As they drove toward Vivian's apartment, Alina watched the familiar city pass by, seeing it through completely new eyes. The merging memories. Over the next few days, with Vivian's help, Alina navigated the bureaucracy of transformation. They successfully updated her gender marker and secured a new, temporary photo ID. One evening, while Vivian prepared dinner, Alina researched the specific hourglass symbol on the chronometer. One obscure website mentioned an old tale, the Chronometer of True Time. Vivian, come look. Vivian leaned over her shoulder, reading the ancient text. It speaks of two souls, separated across lifetimes by fate. The charm transforms one and grants the other unclouded recall, reuniting them so their love may finally flourish. That's intensely specific, Alina whispered, scrolling down to a faded illustration. It showed a figure placing a chronometer on another's wrist. Vivian stared at the image. A sudden, sharp gasp escaped her. I think I remember you. Not just from this week. Before how? That's impossible, is it? Vivian stood up, pacing quickly. When you walked in that morning, did I truly feel like a stranger? Alina thought back. No, you felt like someone I'd been waiting for. You knew exactly what I needed. Vivian stopped pacing, turning to face Alina. And I knew you were meant to be, Alina. The website says it reunites lovers. What if we've done this before? Different times, different identities, always finding each other. The chronometer didn't just change your body, it corrected time itself. They stood, separated by only a few feet, the air thick with profound, terrifying realization. This is too much, Alina said, needing space to breathe. I understand. But know this, Vivian said, her voice firm with certainty. I don't know what we are, but seeing you transform felt like watching you finally become whole. And having you here feels like fixing the brokenness inside me. Alina closed the distance between them, her gaze meeting Vivian's. I feel it too. Whatever this is, magic or fate, I want to explore it. Slowly Vivian smiled, a soft, genuine smile that reached her eyes. We have all the time in the world now. She reached out and gently placed her hand over the silver chronometer on Alina's wrist. The touch sent a comforting, familiar warmth through Alina, a warmth that had nothing to do with magic, and everything to do with a connection spanning lifetimes. She realised she wasn't just starting a new life, she was finally continuing the right one. Author's note: if you want more stories like this, check out my other content and socials. The links are all below.